Sometimes I will mindlessly read a story without imagining how it would actually take place if I could see it. This can be a great activity for you as a student in your classrooms because not only will you take time to imagine the emotions of a story, but you will also learn how your classmates view a story, even though it may be different from the way that you view it. I asked my students to illustrate the scene in Because of Winn Dixie that takes place after Opal discusses with Winn Dixie whether or not she wants to know about her mother, because up until this point, all that she knew was that her mother had left her as a small child, and she had no idea why. I specifically wanted my students to illustrate the scene where Opal and Winn Dixie are sitting on the couch as her father is telling them about Opal's mother. So my first student illustrated the scene like this, with this picture. And my second student illustrated it like this. Notice how there's much more detail in this picture than there is in this picture. And I don't know if it's because this student just wanted to show every single little detail in the scene, or if it was just because she wasn't that concerned with what was actually going on in the scene and she just wanted her picture to look pretty. Because it's obvious in this picture that the couch with her dad, the dog, and Opal are clearly the focal points of her picture because that's all that's on this page. So your teacher might even ask you questions about your drawing. For example, I asked a student who drew this picture to tell me what she was trying to say in her picture. She said that she was trying to show that Opal would have been surprised and interested at the same time. I asked her why it was surprising, and she responded by saying that she thought it would be surprising to not know anything about your mom and then to later find that stuff out that you never knew. I asked the student who drew this picture why she wrote the word wow. You can see it right here. And she said it was because she was surprised. I asked her if she would be surprised if she was in Opal's situation, and she immediately said yes, because she would just be learning about her mom, who, in her case, she's known all her life. And your teacher may not ask you those questions necessarily because they don't know, but rather because they want to know about what you as a student think. It is also okay to tell your opinion of how you think something happened. In literature, there are very few wrong answers. This book was also made into a movie, but I have chosen not to show that to my students first because I do not want their responses to be affected by what they've seen in the movie. I want their opinions just to be their own.